What a disaster. Isn't it always a disaster? Yes, it is, because we do stuff and then it piles up and then we, whatever it is. Same old story. Sorry about your ears. It's kind of a rainy day. I was actually going to go look at getting a couch. Got a bunch of them for free on Craigslist, but nobody has a sectional. But I wanted to check out like the Goodwill or something and see if there's a halfway decent sectional that just needs to get cleaned up or whatever and is ready to rock. But I'm just gonna wait because it's a little gross right now. So what I'm gonna end up doing today is I need to work on some stuff. We're gonna start with the old truck. We're gonna get this thing that still doesn't run out of the way. One of the things I want to do is take the front drive shaft and actually flip it around. It's got some noise, weird noise coming from it, and it mostly is from the slip joint. And the slip joint's not wore out; it's just extended out a little bit farther than it should be, and it just makes this annoying noise when you get the hubs locked. I was looking at Todd's Bronco, and his front shaft isn't extended out as far as mine, but it's still out kind of farther than it should be from factory. So I'm going to just flip mine around because I actually have the slip joint out at the axle. I'm going to flip it around and put it up at the front or at the transfer case and see if maybe the positioning changes it. Also going to fill that up with grease and get it lubed up because it's doesn't really have that much grease in it anyways. It's all kind of just gone away. Also, I have something with the Explorer I wanted to do. It's the right turn signal just stays on solid, and on top of reading online, somebody already commented on the vlog I just uploaded or posted today, stating that on these cars, if a turn signal goes out, it just stays on solid. So we're gonna investigate in that here in a moment after we work on the truck. One of the rattles that I had that was really driving me nuts was that rod end down there. I unbolted all that, dropped that arm down, and really cranked on that nut. I guess I didn't do that before, so now they're all good. Alright, found my 13 mil. Alright, let's get greasy. Oh, it's all wet under here. Ugh. Okay, so 13. And I need to... I can lock the transfer case right here. And I just got my little thing over there. There we go. Okay, there we be. Let's clean her up. I was working on trying to push that axle forward a little bit on this side because he actually needs to come forward a tiny bit. Wanted to do that, and the amount that I wanted to move it forward made this pop out, and I'm like, okay, yep, that's not happening. Ooh. This one's good. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a C-clamp, put it over the U-joints, and I'm going to take my grease gun and just pump these up. There we go. Maybe it'll ease up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it'll break in. I have a feeling I might need to get a new U-joint though. This one's not good. I don't like it. Probably end up just buying the Spicer ones. Yeah, I put a grease circuit in here because I was thinking I could lube up the splines. And that, you know, would make serviceability easier, but I didn't even get it in straight. That's the funny thing. Oh, it's pushing the drive shaft out. Oh, those were lubed up. Yeah. Oh, that feels great. Doesn't feel, it was feeling kind of dry. Glad I caught it because I'm going to be using the four-wheel drive in the wintertime a lot. What I would like to do is be able to leave my hubs locked for the winter. That way, if I happen to need it at a moment's notice, I could just have it. I just don't want to have to hear it making this god-awful noise, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in the truck, and we'll lock the hubs, take it for a test drive. Well, she's in, all torqued down and all that stuff. I actually have more down travel room in there, so the axle can come down a little bit more. All right, let's go ahead and just lock the hubs. You know, this axle that I got used to be off a full-time four-wheel drive truck, or one where the axle is just solidly engaged all the time and you just either engage or disengage the transfer case. But oh my god, it's like you got it locked, and then say you left the transfer case locked or something, you're trying to do something, you're trying to move, and on like even wet pavement you can hear the front wheels just scrubbing, and you're like, oh god. It's my wheel chuck. Okay. Still in gear, starts up, plows through the house. I can handle that light hum. Transfer case is locked. I can handle that. Will I get in trouble if I run through this mud hole? I scraped the trailer hitch on the Explorer. The hub's like, no, I'll take a duke. have the front and rear locked together and you go to turn it, the front, both wheels on this side want to turn at the same speed. Right now I'm not having any problems. Look, just turning there, you can see that I was rocking around a little bit. I took it out of four-wheel drive and then everything stopped being an issue. Well, I'm happy that that made a difference. That makes me feel a little better about leaving my four-wheel drive locked and I might just leave it like that for the winter. That's what auto hubs are for, and those are junk. Oh, fog light finally went out. I bet those housings leak water or get too hot. That's poopy. I got the right turn signal on, and you can see that it's just solid. I'm actually gonna turn the lights off so we can see stuff. So right turn signal, rock solid. And we have nothing back here. I think that's all it was just a burnt bulb. And then we come over here. We have turn signal. And we have turn signal. Yep, that's what it is. Let's see if that bulb really is burnt out. For a screwdriver. The one I need is actually right here. Those fog lights, what I noticed, they're 100 watts. When I had them first put them in there, man, those lenses were hot as hell. I bet they just burnt themselves out. There we go. Instead of breaking the housing. There's a reverse wire. This thing has had the case of the frickin' bulbs look okay but are burnt out kind of deal. Well, there's your problem. Yeah. Okay, I figured out the problem. So anyways, I'm going to clean that contact. Just bring it up more. The bulb's not burnt, it's just got a little melty. I'm actually going to go get a new one of these. This is actually all burnt up here, and in fact, the connection is broken. So, yeah, that's all broken. So I'm actually gonna get a pair of these, and we're gonna replace the back ones. And I also wanted to look at my reverse, and they look good. Alright, and we're back. So I have two brand new bulbs for both sides. I'm happy with the reverse setup, so I'm not too worried about that. What we need is new bulbs. I was thinking about, doing the whole LED thing, but what happens is that you need to have a load resistor in order to run those bulbs, because what will happen is you'll either fast blink or not blink at all, and we don't need that. Yeah, he's like, oh, we'll just save a little bit of power. Maybe it'll be less than the alternator in the battery. You go, no, if you need a load resistor, then it ends up being pointless. Yeah, they last longer. Yeah, we've had them go up. Hey, we got turn signal? Yeah, we do. Nice and bright. Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to tell me if the brake light comes on. Are you ready? Is it on? Thanks, guys. Just pop that back into place. Take our big old screws and just lightly snug them up. Alright, let's do the other side. It's funny, what size screwdriver is this? It doesn't say, but it fits the screws perfectly. Now let's see what kind of scariness we'll find back in here. Now remember, in my last vlog, driving this thing, this is how I discovered it. I discovered that, you know, if you put your right left turn signal on, it would cancel cruise control, which it did. Someone will say in a potential could be crossed wire. It's like telling the, you know, cruise control that the brake is on. The wiring looks halfway decent, so let's see how our reverse light looking a little foggy. Old Sylvania. Well, the thing about running an LED is that they run cooler. Oh. Ew. It's not burnt, but she was about to go out. Usually when you see that, it means they're about to go bad. This is why there's that rule where you are supposed to replace these in pairs. Like what I'm doing here. Okay. Should have got a before and after. So, we got right turn signal. They're blinking evenly now. Brake light, brake light. So that right there, that fix right there, going to my local Napa, cost me $2.68 for the pair. I've got new headlight bulbs in this thing. We've got new tail lights and / brake lights. Probably do new reverse lights. Those I'll probably throw LEDs in there because they're brighter and they don't require any kind of load resistor thing in there. So those will be fine. So I'll probably do LED on those. But wait, don't forget the screws. Click. Click. This doesn't work either. Also, I was like, what is this tape for? Oh, it's for the sprayer. The window sprayer is missing. Something I need to go get at the junkyard. For the finer details of things. And I'm just using it's like a number 2 Phillips. I think this is just regular bulbing. It's not like the 95s have the big LED strip and it goes out after a while and it's like getting a replacement. It's like a pain in the ass. And this comes out like such. Yeah, those are gone. Those are goners. I don't seem to have these. These are 921s. I think I'm gonna order LEDs for these, so I don't have to ever like deal with this again. Hopefully. So that's why that third brake light doesn't work. These are just burnt out. So I got a pair of those. I'll order a pair of those for tomorrow or something. I'm gonna put this back together, and it's time for lunch. I think we're gonna fire up the barbecue, even though it's raining. I don't care. What I'd like to do is straighten out the front wheels again. Doing this eyeball takes a little bit of practice. The only thing you're not really, and I'm just talking about the toe alignment. That's the only thing that's an issue on this right now. But I would like to jack it up and do a quick play check and just make sure the steering links don't have any play in them. And then what I'd like to do is get it into the driveway where it's kind of slick right there. There's still some coolant residue on the ground, which is perfect. We'll get it into the driveway. We'll get in there and loosen the steering links. We'll get the steering wheel straight, and there's a little bit of play in the steering wheel. So what we'll do is we'll get it to where it's even on both sides, straight ahead, and then we'll just work each wheel until it looks semi-straight. I have the steering wheel straight ahead, and then I've got it to where there's just a little bit of, like, it's the little bit of play that's in there it's even on both sides. So we look down this way, and we're wanting to look down the body line, and the way I'm looking at it, I can tell that this one needs to maybe come out a hair, because what happens is, so okay, I'm gonna go to the front of the vehicle. So we're gonna look at all this mess right here, okay? So the steering wheels happen to be all the way this way, and it gets this front right straight, and then you have the other one that's kicked out a little bit. So then when you go try and straighten up the steering wheel, it wants to go that way. Yeah, so what I do is I get the wheel straight this way. If we get this other wheel to kick out, it'll want to make the vehicle go straight, and we get the other one to kick in, and then it won't fight the other wheel. I mean, if you look at it, it looks turned out, doesn't it? Let's get this set up right here. Hopefully the GoPro picks up on this. Sometimes the GoPro is a little bit of a pain in the butt when it comes to light. And I'm hoping I could show you what I want to show you. Oh, I need to go get my 15mm. So what we got here, I don't know if you can tell, but the oil mess on this thing is sort of going away. If you look up at the engine, it's damp, but it's not dripping anymore. Yeah, it's not leaking around the nice. I'm happy about that. The rest is just wet from any oil residue, and then just, you know, rain and stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna be after, I'll make sure you guys can see this. What we're gonna do is these should be 15mm. We're gonna crack these free. This one on the other side broke free pretty easily, so hopefully this side will be the same. So yeah, 15mm. And just get these loose enough to where it takes the load off the threads. You know, it's crazy. I look at the coil springs on this thing, and compared to what I have in my truck, these things are like half the height. Yeah, if I look at this tire and look at the body line, it looks messed up. So I'm gonna go like about there. That looks a little better. That looks quite a bit better. Man, and then this one here, you can tell is towed in a little bit, so it needs to go out. What I want to know is, how did this get out of alignment like that? Because this doesn't have a whole lot of travel in this setup. So, and with these steering links just straight as they are right now, they're in a dwell period, so they're not going to change toe. Nothing appears to be bent. I would say that looks pretty straight. You know what? Maybe let's come back out a hair. Yeah. Looks pretty even, I think. I'm gonna snug them down. I'm not gonna go real tight. You actually really don't need to go super tight on these. And then we'll, yeah. I'm just trying to feather it so it's, you know, close enough. There's a feel for it. I really want to go over to my dad's and get the pressure washer and pressure wash this thing, but at the moment, all the oil and grime under here, it'll keep it from rusting. Yeah, these aren't bad. They're all coated in oil, so they're nice and tight, so that's good. I said I was going to jack it up and check for play, but I actually remember from that one video where we found the wheel bearing play. Well, when I checked the steering again for play, I didn't have any steering play. It just feels like it either has it needs a new rag joint, or the steering boxes need to be replaced. And my thought on that was, if it's the same as the F-150s and Broncos, we're redheading that. So that means I have to buy 2 redheads. Okay, Tubes, got you on the big camera, just so you get a still shot of me not moving my head a lot. So this still looks like it's towed in. Okay, so before I took it for a test drive, I actually had to go back and unlock the steering wheel. This side here was getting stiff because it was actually kicking it was pushing against the steering wheel. So I went and unlocked it, and then it was all dickered. So what I had to do was, I got the steering wheel where it needed to be. I don't think I had to mess with this. I got it close enough, and then that steering wheel straight, and then this was like way out. So I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm just going to tighten that side up. I just left it loose so I could play with it if I felt like it needed to be adjusted. I'm going to tighten it up. Right now, you can get it pretty much close enough to center on the steering wheel, and it'll go straight. If you move the steering wheel a little bit to the right, it'll start to kick over, but otherwise it seems like it stays straight. And when I make a left turn, my freaking turn signal's not kicking off on me. So that's steering a little bit better. I think that'll be good for now, and that'll probably keep those tires from wearing funny. I'll show you what it was doing to the back. So what it was doing is we were wearing on the outside, but then we were also wearing on the inside. You can see how bald it is. And so I put them on the back so it'll even out. So yeah, this side was not as bad as the other. That driver's side was way out. So yeah, this should keep it from wearing those tires funny. I mean, these are fairly new. I would say that these are probably less than 2 years old. I mean, the back ones, you know, yeah, they probably got 30,000 miles on it, but they're still soft, and they got decent tread. I think these will be okay if I decide to drive it in the winter. With having 4-wheel drive on it, it probably do just fine. I like the way this one is. This looks really straight, but I feel like this side here needs to come in a hair. I think I'm going to bring that in a hair, and then yeah, I'm going to bring it in just a hair, just a touch, and then call it a day. Well, I think that's it for today. I don't have anything else to do. Got some stuff with the truck done, got some stuff with this done. Looks like I got some videos to edit. Big deal. I'm gonna go back in the house and get this one set up on the computer and edit it up, and then I'm also going to work on the other video to get that up for you guys Saturday. Leave comments down below if you have any in regards to this, or respond to anything that I've talked about today. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, give the video a big like, big thumbs up, and check out the links in the description down below. I was going to do a junkyard video a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, but I had some things come up with just personal stuff and wasn't able to go to the junkyard and do what I wanted to do. So that will be at a later time. Not too sure when we'll do that. Probably when I have the money to go hunt for a 5-speed for this, which should either be in a few weeks or it'll be next year. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. See ya!